Last week I'd put out an update showing my video timeline. A friend of mine had pointed out to me that a lot of people might like to see more detail. They might not use a video editor and know what all those elements on the timeline meant or what it took to make that. When I get ready to do an interview, the first thing I do is get all my questions together. So when I go to the person's house or wherever I meet them, I have that already written out, not just my questions, but the order I want them to help tell a story. This is the timeline. This, on video 1, all this, if I zoom in better you can see it, it's all just Riley. This is my subject. Below it is the audio that the camera recorded. This green is the external mic. What I did is I synced the external sound using this waveform with, here I'll do this, you can see it better. See, they both look alike, and I see there's a peak that looks the same. I sync the external with the camera, so now this green is better audio. And then what I do is I come over here and I click mute track. I won't use the sound off of this track anymore. And then what I do is I take and break this this footage out into, which is usually one big block, into smaller blocks per question. Then I add another part of the timeline. This is just a graphic. Why I played the game. And there are multiple segments, but they all pertain to that question. So I want them all as in small groups. And with those labels, which I will hide later, but for now they help me go into the timeline and organize things. I can take something here, move it over here, and just reorganize the way I think it flows best. Once I have that done, I start adding B-roll. And that's what this is on this top line. B-roll is, for instance, she talks about who she is. She makes a reference to playing music. What we'll do is we'll have a piece of footage of her doing that. That B-roll is critical into making a good interview. It's absolutely critical, I think. From there, after I add my B-roll and I shuffle that around and get it the way I want it, then I start looking at music. And so I take some of the music that I have and I place it in certain areas that I think it has impact or that it enhances. If I raise this line, the music gets louder. If I lower it, the music goes lower. These little nodes are where I said, hey, I want it to slowly taper off, and I created them. And I can make a node anywhere I want on the timeline, here and there, and then I can move it if I want all of a sudden this section to get louder, or like that, if I want to be loud there, then step down some, and then step down again. Those are what those nodes are, and I do that toward the end.